Hey, so here's the video of how to start a new project in the FJ app. So first thing you're gonna do is with your degrees, minutes, seconds, points. I'm just gonna go to the top right here, click the yellow man with the hard hat, go to our general settings, and just make sure that the angle is set to degrees, minutes, seconds so we can receive your points properly. So you go back to our projects and then points. Here's our point list. Top right, 3 dots is where we import our points. So first I'm going to import our grid points, change the type to control. Format name, we're going to use points northeast elevations, the preset list. One thing you have to change is hit that blue eye and just make sure we're importing CSV instead of TXT. Our defaults are text. So in our case, we're importing CSV, so we're just going to switch that to CSV. As you can see on the bottom right, we have point ID, northing, easting, elevation, code. So that's the order that we're using. So first, we're going to import these, our grid points. Next, yellow arrow is our shortcut to our download folder. And then I'm just going to import these grid points there. And there we have it. So here they are. These are the true coordinates, and then the latitude and longitude are not correct. It's just auto filling out the latitude and longitude from what the coordinate system is right now. But obviously we're going to import our own latitude and longitudes. And we'll do that right now. So again, 3 dots in the top right. We're going to import. Keep the type as input, just separates it. The other one we use control points, this one we'll use input. Format name, obviously we're not doing northings and eastings now, so we're going to switch it to latitude and longitude. I'm just going to press that blue eye, make sure that we're telling it we're bringing in CSV and not text. So CSV, again, point, latitude, longitude, ellipsoid height, code. And I'm going to select that right there. Okay, CSV, lat long, ellipsoid height, and next. Let's select our local coordinates there. And here you have it. So as you can see, we're all degrees, minutes, seconds right now with all of our coordinates. And I want to switch that over to decimal degrees if we like. I'm just going to go back to the little man with the hard hat, general, angle. We're going to switch back to degrees to decimal degrees, which is this right here. And go back to our point list. You can see that all of our points, the format's changed now to lat and long. Back to a decimal degree setup. Okay. Now we're going to run our site calibration. So I'm going to go back to survey site calibration, and we're just going to add points here. I'm going to start with the known point, yellow dot, circle around it, brings you back to your point list. And I'm going to go down to where the G's stop, and our first grid coordinate here is CP 900. That's our known point. CP 900, northing, easting elevations. This is the true map coordinates for this point. Now I'm going to tie it to the kind of GPS local northings and eastings of that point, which is, we titled it GCP 900. Okay, so we're tying the grid to the local. Turn off the elevation, save and continue. Now we're going to go back to our list here. We're going to go to the next one that's available, which is RIB 800. And then yellow dot circle around it brings us again to now it's our G RIB 800. So tying the grid to the local. Save and continue. I'm going to go down to the next one, which is SIB 700. Yellow dot, circle around it, G SIB 700. We're going to save that. As you can see, we've calculated successfully. This is our error so far. And I'm just going to continue on with that. So let's add known point first. SIB 500 is the first one without a G in front of it. It's also the first one that has this icon here that has the triangle denoting it's a control point as opposed to the hand. So first one there, SIB 500. Then we're just going to go to our point list again at measure point, which is the yellow target. We're going to find G SIB 500, which is tying the grid to the local. Turn off the elevation. Let's just continue. Now let's go to the next one's new SIB 300. Yellow target, G, new SIB 300. Save and continue. Known point, yellow target, SIB 400. Measure point, yellow target, G, SIB 400. Known point, yellow target, IB. Measure point, yellow target, GIB. Just check that so far. Ooh, one of these points isn't good. Looks like it's that IB that threw everything off. Okay, something's going on with that IB point. We're going to delete that from our list. Or just leave it unchecked. Okay, let's go add to the next one. Let's add this fire hydrant. G top fire hydrant. This is just for elevation. I know that because I put the points together. So turn off the horizontal, use it for elevation. Now let's add the next point. SIB 220. Measure point, yellow target, G, SIB 220. Turn off the elevation because it's just horizontal. Now let's add, we only have 2 left in the bottom here. 2 left, I know that because 1, the point ID does not have a G in front of it. That's how I know it's our grid point. And then 2, the symbol. We've imported our grid points as control points, which is why we have that triangle there. And our local points with the G in front of the point ID has a hand. So we have 2 more with the triangle. Let's go SIB 100. And then measure point is G SIB 100. Save and continue. Known point, yellow target. I know we have 1 more, so BM 024. And then measure point is G BM 24. And I'm going to save that. Now we're going to apply everything, turning off that IB that we know isn't good. And what else isn't good? So all these points are all no good. This one's okay. This one's okay. This one's not. So I'm going to go ahead and here's our horizontal accuracy. I'm going to delete BM24 from our list. And I'm going to delete IB. So now when I select all the points and calculate, now we're successful. Here's all of our horizontal accuracy, and then we have the 1 vertical accuracy with the top of fire hydrant. Now there's one thing to note. I'm going to go back to our coordinate system. See how we just have the general UTM zone 17, just the general ellipsoid and projection information, and nothing else is filled out. You'll see once I go back to survey site calibration, and I select all the points and press calc successfully. Here's our accuracy with our vertical. I'm going to apply that. Now when we go back to project's coordinate system, 4 parameters and elevation are highlighted and filled out. So this is the adjustment to the coordinate system that we make in our site calibration. Okay, this is the elevation adjustment from the geoid of UTM zone 17. And then now when we go back to our point list, you'll notice that all of the points follow that same latitude and longitude. You see that they're all in the same coordinate system. So we're just going to go ahead and delete all the G's because we don't need the G's anymore. We just needed them to establish the site calibration. Delete. So now our list is it's clean. It's just left with our control points that we need.